Imagine a place where water is more precious than gold, where children walk miles every day just to fill a bucket, where drought threatens not just the harvest, existence itself. Now, imagine a girl who decided to change all that. This is the story of Amara, 12-year-old girl from a small village in the heart of sub-Saharan Africa, a region where climate change is not an abstract concept, a harsh daily reality. For generations, her village has struggled with water scarcity. Crops withered under the scorching sun, animals languished, and children, especially girls, dropped out of school to help their families in the daily quest for water. But Amara refused to accept this fate. With a curious mind and a heart full of hope, she embarked on a journey to find a solution. A journey that would not only change her life, transform her entire community. Before we dive into this inspiring story, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications. This way, you won't miss any of our stories about extraordinary people who are making a difference in the world. Now, let's return to Amara's incredible journey. The sun had barely risen, and Amara was already up. Like every morning, she grabbed the worn plastic buckets and began her 5-kilometer walk to the nearest well. The dry, hot air burned her throat, and red dust accumulated on her bare feet. Around her, the landscape told a story of desolation. Trees that once provided shade and fruit were now just dry branches pointing to the sky. The fields, once green and vibrant, were now brown patches of cracked earth. In the village, life revolved around the search for water. Women and children spent hours every day on this essential task, while men desperately sought work in distant cities. The local school, once a place of laughter and learning, was now almost empty. Amara observed all this with a mixture of sadness and determination. She knew there was more to life than just surviving. She dreamed of a future where her village could thrive, where children could study and play, crops could flourish again. It was during one of these long walks in search of water that Amara's restless mind began to work. She observed how the wind lifted the sand, forming small whirlwinds. The wind can move sand, he thought. Why couldn't it move water? That night, by the flickering light of an oil lamp, Amara began to scribble ideas in an old notebook. She remembered the stories her grandfather told about the ancient water collection methods used by their ancestors. And then, like lightning on a dark night, an idea struck. What if she could combine ancestral knowledge with simple technologies? What if she could create a system that didn't depend on electricity or expensive fuels? With this idea in mind, Amara spent the following days observing, questioning, and experimenting. She collected discarded materials, plastic bottles, metal pieces, old fabrics. To others, it was trash. To Amara, they were the pieces of a puzzle that could save her village. Weeks turned into months. Amara divided her time between her daily obligations and her secret project. In her free hours, she worked tirelessly, testing different designs, learning through trial and error. Her first prototype was simple: a series of funnels made from cut plastic bottles, connected by improvised tubes. The idea was to collect morning dew and the little rain that fell. But it wasn't enough. Then she remembered the nets that fishermen used in the distant river. Inspired, Amara created a large fabric screen stretched between wooden poles. The screen collected moisture from the air, which dripped into an improvised reservoir. But the real breakthrough came when Amara combined this idea with a manual pumping system. Using discarded materials from old bicycles, she created a mechanism that allowed pumping the collected water to an elevated tank using only human power. Each failure was a lesson. Each small success, a motivation to continue. Amara's determination was unshakable. As Amara's project grew, it became impossible to keep it a secret. Some villagers looked on with curiosity, others with skepticism. "What does this girl think she's doing?" they murmured. "She should be helping her family, not playing with trash." But Amara didn't give up. She found an unexpected ally in her teacher, Mr. Kwesi, who recognized the potential of her idea. He encouraged her, providing books on basic science and engineering that he had kept from his college days. With Mr. Kwesi's support, Amara gained confidence to share her vision with the community. At a village meeting, she explained her project, her voice trembling at first, but gaining strength as she spoke. Many laughed. Some called her a dreamer. But others, especially the women who bore the daily burden of fetching water, saw a spark of hope in the young girl's eyes. They began to offer help, bringing materials, sharing ideas. Slowly, Amara's project ceased to be one girl's dream and became the hope of a community. After months of hard work, the time for the big test arrived. Amara and a small group of supporters installed her water collection system on a hill near the village. The structure was a strange sight against the African sky. Giant fabric screens stretched at precise angles, tubes snaking down to a central tank, and a manual pumping system made from bicycle. For days, they observed. The morning dew accumulated on the screens, slowly trickling down to the reservoir. When a rare light rain fell, the system collected every precious drop. The moment of truth came when Amara turned the pump handle. With each movement, clean, fresh water gushed from the tank. It wasn't a river, but it was more water than the village had seen in months. Amara's eyes shone with tears of joy. Her dream was becoming a reality. News of Amara's success spread quickly. Neighboring villages came to see the water miracle. Journalists from a nearby town did a report. Soon, the story of the young African innovator who brought water to her village hit national headline. With attention came support. An NGO offered funds to expand the project. Volunteer engineers came to help improve the design. The local government, initially skeptical, now wanted to implement the system in other drought-affected regions. But with success came new challenges. How to scale the project. How to train other communities to build and maintain the system. And how could Amara, still a young student, handle all this attention? Amara faced these challenges with the same determination that led her to create her water system. She organized workshops, taught other girls to build and maintain the systems, and worked tirelessly to improve the design. As more systems were installed, life in the village began to change dramatically. With constant access to water, families were able to start small gardens. The community's diet improved, and children's health flourished. Girls, previously busy fetching water, returned to school. Education, which seemed a distant luxury, became a reality for everyone. The time saved in the search for water allowed women to start small businesses. Local crafts, previously abandoned due to lack of time, resurfaced. The village economy began to pulse with new life. Most importantly, a sense of hope permeated the community. People were no longer just surviving, they were planning for the future, dreaming big, just as Amara had done. At 15, 3 years after her first prototype, Amara became more than an inventor. She was a leader, an inspiration to girls and women across Africa. She was invited to speak at international conferences, sharing her story and encouraging other communities to seek innovative solutions to their problem. Amara used her new platform to advocate for girls' education, local innovation, and climate action. She became a powerful voice, reminding the world that solutions to some of the biggest global challenges can come from the most unexpected places. Today, Amara's water system is not just a solution for her village. It's a symbol of hope and innovation for communities across Africa and beyond. Tens of thousands of people now have access to clean water thanks to her invention. But Amara's true impact goes beyond numbers. She has inspired a generation of young Africans, especially girls, to believe in their potential to change the world. Amara's story reminds us that innovation knows no age, gender, or geography. The solutions to our greatest challenges are often right in front of us, waiting for someone to have the courage to think differently. In a world facing growing challenges of climate change and resource scarcity, Amara's example shines as a beacon of hope. It shows us that with creativity, determination, and the support of a community, we can overcome even the most difficult obstacles. Amara's story is a powerful reminder of the impact that a single person can have on the world. But she's not the only one making a difference. All over the world, there are young innovators working to solve their community's challenges. And you can be part of this change. If this story has inspired you, share it. Talk about Amara and other young innovators. Support local projects in your community. And remember, the next big idea that will change the world could be yours. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more inspiring stories like this one. Together, we can create a brighter, more sustainable future for everyone. Until next time, and remember, never underestimate the power of a dream and the determination make it a reality.